Hi Ben, how's it
Hello,
going?
sir. How are you? I'm very well, thank you.
Yeah, I'm all right, thank you very much. A bit grey and drizzly outside still. I've got my cup of tea.
Missing the sun.
I've got my United mug today. I might lose followers with this, but we play tonight. How times have changed. The mighty have fallen. I'm praying we beat Aston Villa to try and push for fourth.
Where are you fifth at the moment?
Yeah, at the minute. Yeah,
You ain't going to fourth. I think Leicester will get fourth.
I know it's a long shot, but
Always worth dreaming.
pray that Leicester slip up. Yeah, right. Ben, to start this show off, I thought I would mention that obviously I'm doing this on Instagram TV. I'm relatively new to Instagram as a whole, and I've always avoided it because I used to just think people just post their dinner, they think they're a photographer on there.
A
But
lot of people are like that.
yeah, you're an actual photographer, a videographer, drone flyer, virtual reality producer. So I thought you could start off by just giving everyone a bit of an intro to what you do.
I try to be all of them things. My main four core services are photography, videography. Very recently, I got my drone license, so drone photography and videography as well.
Yeah.
And probably what I would class as my speciality would be VR video. They're the main four things that I offer.
Drone's quite like a big thing at the minute, isn't it? Like, or it felt like it went quite big mainstream. It was always there was lots of stuff about the aeroplanes, wasn't there, at Heathrow and stuff like
Yeah, they restricted, put a few more restrictions on it, which is why the license.
It was like so new that it was like unregulated. People just going into
it. Now, if you're flying, if you want to fly a drone, you can, provided you're not being daft and you're flying it in safe places. You need they call it the PFCO, which is a permission for commercial operations. Okay. So if you ever want to get paid to fly the drone, you need that first.
Right.
That was a bit of it took me a while to get that done, but it's like a basic pilot's license, the theory side of things. It was a bit of a pain in the back.
Should have added that to your list of titles, pilot.
Yeah, well, I'd love to fly a plane, mate, but now I've seen that, I don't think I want to go through it.
And so how did you get into it all?
It all started with a 360 startup company that I was invested in and was part of. And for that company, we needed 360 content. So I bought my first 360 camera, started playing around with that, taking 360 photos. And that just so happened to coincide with my best friend, who was already a normal photographer with a normal camera. He started sort of dragging me out to places, dragging me out to the mountains, beautiful locations, which I'm very thankful for, because I probably wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now without sort of his input and his motivation to get me out of my bed. And then we just started going exploring. Obviously, I started an Instagram. He was already doing his Instagram, and it evolved from there. We got in with quite a tight knit community from Instagram. We all go travel places together as a group of us, and we just have a laugh and a great time. And then over time, that's just developed to the point where I wanted to make it my living.
Yeah, sounds good. And I'll put within the caption and comments about this, I'll make sure I link your Instagram page, because as you said, 360 photos, for those that don't know, it almost looks like some of them that you're on your own little planet, like it's your world.
That's what they call them. They call them tiny planets is what they call them.
It looks like, rather than going to different places, you've gone to different worlds and you're just taking a picture of everything whilst you're there. So it's really cool to look at.
Yeah.
One of the things I definitely wanted to talk to you about on this episode was Project VAE. So we always remember the name, with VAE as well being quite big. But,
yeah, kind of why I did it.
Project VAE, which in my layman's terms would just be like a virtual reality, like interactive, immersive kind of video that you can watch. But I'll let you talk a little bit more about that, if that's all right.
Yeah. So Project VAE, at the core of it, started as me going out there filming VR. I wanted to film VR experiences for people that can't explore. So I wanted to go to a beautiful location and be able to bring people with me in a way that it literally feels like they're with me at the location.
Yeah. Was there like a kind of key moment, a pinnacle moment where you were like, yes, ding,
where the light bulb went on?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was on. I think it was on Snowdon. I think I was climbing Snowdon because obviously I was going here, there, and everywhere with Dan and the group of friends that I've been involved with, and I was going up there just taking 360 photos because I only had a 360 camera at the time, and I was halfway up there, and I was just thinking about, oh man, this is doing these sort of things was having massive positive effects on my mental health, and then I started to think, what about the people that can't come to places like this, and how would I be able to bring people to here without them actually being here? And then I was like, oh, well, I've got the technology in my hand. It's just a case of I had no idea how to film 360. I had no idea how to edit. I didn't know exactly how I wanted to do it. But the initial sort of point of light bulb moment, I was going up Snowdon, I think. And then ever since then, it just rolled and rolled. And it has taken so long to get it even here, and even now it's still in its infancy. Still, you know, the industry as a whole is still in its infancy, so you know, I'm hoping things head in the right direction, but the early signs are that things are pretty positive.
Yeah, sounds good.
At the moment I'm focusing on the elderly, so we've got a trial planned with Catherine House Hospice in Stafford, where over 6 weeks and 6 videos we're going to be researching the medical effects and the mental health benefits of using this technology with that age group. Long term, I'd very much like and believe that it could help many other people, many other demographics, people that have like physical and mental barriers to being able to go to these places. But that's in the future. For now, it is just focusing on the elderly age group.
Baby steps to begin.
Yeah, well, a little bit at a time, because it is a minefield, and with this technology, there's so many different like avenues we could take with it. I just wanted to sort of hone in and focus on one area first, prove that it's helpful with them, and then I'll sort of.
And again, for people that haven't seen it, I'll definitely be putting links and stuff, because it's all some of the stuff you've done so far is free, isn't it? And it's on YouTube, so people can have a look at it through their own smartphone to begin with, just to have like a trial experience at home.
Every single one of them I plan on putting on YouTube, provided it's for Project VAE. I plan on putting everyone on YouTube, so it will always be free. So obviously there's already a financial barrier to this technology already. I don't then want to ask for money to be able to see the content. I just want, as soon as you've been able to afford a headset, whether it's a £30 phone headset, whether it's an Oculus Go, an Oculus Quest, one of the more expensive headsets, I don't then want to have to be charging 95-year-old Barbara to be watching my videos. So it's just, you know, I always wanted them. That was my thing. I always wanted it to be free for people.
No, it's great. It's a really good cause, and the reason that I've done these videos in their entirety is because I've said, you know, in my role, I deal with what families might think are an impossible task, and like you said, there's people that can't go to those places, especially the elderly, and it means that from their care homes or from hospital, wherever they're then being able to experience something that they'd never otherwise do. So it's amazing stuff. I know hospital is one that you're actually like looking at, isn't it? In the Robert Jones Agnes Hunt Hospital.
Yeah, they're wanting to. Obviously, it was supposed to happen before COVID, but now obviously the lockdown situation, it's not safe for me to be going into a hospital. It's not safe for them for me to be coming in. They wanted to. It was the spinal injuries clinic. They want to use VR to acclimatise their patients that may have had most likely have had a severe spinal accident, come in, had a big operation, and then wake up in a completely unfamiliar environment. So they want to use it. They want me to go and film essentially a tour around the hospital. I'll use the drone as well, so they can see the surrounding areas, just so the patient can familiarise themselves with exactly where they are, and hopefully reduce any additional anxiety that might have caused them.
Amazing stuff. And I know one of the things as well that we kind of talked about is kids love technology, and like we always like have a bit of a catch up anyway. I know you're big into your tech as well. I feel like I've kind of reached the peak, and now stuff's coming out and I don't know how to use it, and I've got relatives that are like dab hands, they're whizzes at stuff, and I'm trying to keep up. So stuff like this for kids would be amazing as well.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's many potential uses for it, especially obviously part of the videos I include aerial 360 footage, so you're getting to see whatever location it is from like 400 feet in the air and look anywhere you want.
No one could do that anyway. No one can, other than on a drone.
Well, no, you can't. Yeah, unless you're on a parachute or something, you're never going to be able to do that. And I've had really good feedback from the people that have seen it so far. Obviously, it's a little bit, to start with, it's a little bit like, oh, I'm in the air. But once you get used to it, everyone really, really enjoys the aerial stuff.
It's like the stuff like your dreams are kind of made of as well, haven't they?
Yeah, I always wanted to be able to fly when I was younger.
Yeah, and I think that, as you said then, thinking about kids to make it especially relevant to me, like we said today, it's grey and miserable outside. The lockdown, how good would it be for families or parents to keep their kid occupied? You know, put on your headset. We're going to go to Thailand. I know Thailand's one of your kind of like biggest hitting ones at the minute. And they get a day trip to there, and it's not cost them anything.
Yeah, I know. Well, the counter argument to this is, well, if someone is physically able to go to these places, the ideal situation would be actually go to these places. But if it's a situation where, whether it's, you know, physical, mental, or even financial barriers that stop people from going, any age group, then that's the scenario where I'm hoping this sort of tech can help people.
It sounds ace, and I mean, it's something that I'm always like keen. I'm always kind of keeping in touch with you to say what's happening, where you at now. I know it's not been easy, like you said, financially, to get the kind of startup, to get the trials. It's one of those like cycles where they need to, it's like when you start as a physio, people want you to have experience before you start your role, but you can't get experience without giving you the opportunity in the first place. So you kind of like, where am I meant to go? kind of
it's exactly the same for this. It was, oh no, we can't give you funding because you haven't proved that it has any benefit to anyone. But I can't prove that it has any benefit to anyone without the money. So what am I meant to do? Well, thankfully I did eventually, with thanks to my very close friend Rob, who's been involved in it for a couple of years now. He's been an absolute godsend. He did pretty much all the funding application and stuff. He's so much better at wording things and structuring things better than I am. The way I describe it with him is I had the ingredients and he baked the cake.
yeah, that's what we like. Everyone loves a bit of cake.
The business side of things. So yeah, massive thanks to Rob.
Yeah,
and everyone else has been involved as well. I've got to say thank you to them as well.
It's great. Well, hopefully after this as well, you get a bit of a different like market of like just people interested in it as well.
Yeah, I've already got a few things in the pipeline that are popping up. One of which being education, but I'm keeping that.
No, sounds good. We'll all be watching with anticipation, looking forward to it, and me especially. And if anyone does have any ideas and stuff, as I said, I'll put your Instagram handle, all of that kind of stuff. So I know you're like really open-minded to stuff like that. So it'd be exciting to see.
Yeah, the possibilities are endless. So if someone has an idea, then great. Yeah, come to me, speak to me, and we'll do something.
Yeah, sounds ace. Really looking forward to it. Thanks again for coming and speaking to us all.
No worries at all. Thank you very much for having me.
All right.
All right, Sam, mate. See you soon.